Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go with Yin Yoga. Today I have roughly a 30 to 40-minute yin yang practice to help calm anxiety and worry. You're going to need some props. I am sitting on a block right now. I suggest maybe a couple of blocks. They're kind of optional, but it's always good to have. Blankets for sure. You're going to want some blankets. In fact, I need a second blanket. And I'm going to grab that right now. Alrighty. And a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can use some firm pillows or cushions. Sometimes couch cushions can work really well. And that's it. Go ahead and grab up all your props. Pause the video. Welcome back. Come into an easy seated position to start with. And I just want to say, as we move through our first poses, we're going to start with some slightly active poses, nothing crazy, but a little bit of movement. And if you are struggling with anxiety and worry, and you find whatever we're doing increases that, then I want you to come back to an easy seated position like this and just breathe deeply. So pay attention to your body. This is your practice. Okay. So come into a comfortable seated position. I suggest up on something, a cushion, a block, a blanket. And if it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes. Today we are working on our back, really relaxing that back, letting go of tension there. We all tend to carry some tension in our back. And on a more subtle level, we are working on calming down and feeling grounded and supported. And then just begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And relax your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your jaw, your face. Open up your neck so you can breathe fully. Feel your spine grow longer. And feel all the spaces between your vertebrae. Bring in more space as you grow that spine longer. And we're just going to do a really quick body scan from our head to our hips. We're also going to work on our hips a little bit in this practice. So I'm just going to mention body parts, and you are going to investigate how they feel in this moment, right here, right now, and see if you can soften them just a little bit, maybe 10%. In your forehead, your eyes, your ears, your jaw, your shoulders, your spine, your arms, your hands, your hips. And then just let that go. And bring your attention back to your breath. Notice if anything has shifted for you energetically in this short period of time. And go ahead and blink your eyes open. Take your hands up to a cactus position or goalpost position. We're just going to inhale and bring our arms together, and exhale, open them out, maybe a little back stretch. Inhale, exhale. Find your own rhythm. It can be faster than me, it can be slower than me. And my only caution is that, as I said, if this is actually whipping off that worry and that anxiety, Then let your arms come back down and go back to deep breathing. We want to calm that worry down with this practice. We want to be here right now in this present moment. We want to open up our heart so that we can breathe more fully and we can bring more space into our body. A couple more times. Last time. And maybe hold those arms a little further back. Open your heart up a little bit more. And exhale, bring your arms to your thighs or your lap. And just pause. See what's come up for you. See if you feel calmer. See if you feel supported. And as we move through the rest of this practice, in all of our poses, I want you to feel that support of the mat, of the floor, of the earth. Really feel that you are supported. And go ahead and blink your eyes open. If you're sitting on something, whatever that may be, set that aside and come into all fours. Shoulders are over wrists and hips are over knees. And we're going to move into cat-cow. So inhale, let your back drop open. Exhale, push the mat away. Let your back arch. It should feel very nice. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, push away and arch the back. Maybe move the body a little bit with the movement. And again, could be faster than me, could be slower than me. We're just moving that spine, getting rid of some tension. I'll be honest with you, my spine has been very tense today. Just haven't been feeling well the last couple of days, and you know how when you're feeling well, just everything kind of aches, and that's what's going on with me. So this practice is also for me. A couple more times. Maybe close your eyes and visualize your muscle and your emotional tension draining down into the earth. And then come to a flat back position and pause. Inhale and begin to look over your left shoulder towards your left hip. Exhale, forward. Inhale, look towards the right hip with your right, over your right shoulder. Exhale, center. Wag the dog. Thinking about a dog wagging its little tail and wagging its hips. Again, this should feel really nice. And if at any time in this position you feel as though you are stirring up too much, you can always take a break, sit your hips back onto your heels, and just pause in child's pose. A couple more rounds. And come to center and pause. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and sit your hips back on your heels. And just notice what's coming up for you. Go ahead and grab a block if you have one. Take it on the highest height. Put my other props a bit over. Take it on the highest height on your mat. And walk your arms a little bit forward. As usual, you're going to have to play with this a little bit. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, exhale, begin to lift your hips towards the sky. Maybe you need to walk your hips a little bit, your feet a little bit forward. And the aim is to get the crown of your head onto the block. So we're in down dog. And your head is on the block. Can you release some of that tension even more? We're only here for about a minute. Feel that mat, that floor, that earth supporting your hands and your feet. Let all that tension just run right out of your head and into the earth. Last couple of breaths. And slowly begin to bend your knees, moving into either child's pose or again, sitting on back onto your heels and just pausing. Maybe closing your eyes, returning to your breath. Noticing if those thoughts have begun to slow down. It's okay if they haven't. You can go ahead and either grab those pillows or your bolster. You have a couple of choices here. Also grab a couple of blankets. Go ahead and take your bolster and bring it down towards the end of your mat. I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see me. You also have the choice of taking a couple of blocks. I only have one, so I'm not doing that right now. But you can take a couple of blocks under your bolster to raise it a little bit, to make that a bit more comfortable. I'm pretty short, so it's pretty comfortable for me this way. Take the big toes of your feet together. Knees come out wide. I suggest a blanket underneath. Bring your bolster right in between your knees. Inhale, feel that spine grow long. Exhale, come on down to the bolster and just completely let go. Turn your head to whichever side is comfortable, and I'll let you know when to turn it the other way. We're going to be here about 5 minutes. Notice your breath right now. Push into your hands slightly, turning your face the other way, about halfway through. Has your breath begun to slow down? Do you feel more supported? Begin to press into your hands. You slowly walk them back towards your knees, coming upright. Just push your bolster or your pillows, whatever you're using, a little bit forward. And go ahead and take your folded blanket and bring that a little bit forward. Sit on your blanket and grab either a block or another blanket. Bring your right hip to the bottom of your bolster. Stack your knees. Knees are bent. Shins are parallel to the front of your mat. And then just begin to fold over onto the bolster and once again relax. Grab that blanket or potentially a block to put between your knees. And relax. I'm going to be in each side of the supported spinal twist for roughly 5 minutes. So we live in a time where we have all these great conveniences. You know, air conditioning and heating, dishwashers, garage door openers, remote controls for our TVs. I can remember when there were no such things as a remote control for a TV or a garage door opener, and my car was so old that I still have to roll the windows up and down, as a matter of fact. So my point is, these things are great, but they tend to make us less physically active, and they tend to make us not live quite so in tune with nature. Now, I'm not giving up my air conditioning or my heating anytime soon.
But I'm aware of the fact that nowadays we tend not to live very in tune with nature. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, the shorter, the darker, the colder months, and we have a tendency to want to do more, to be busy. If we're not busy, if we're not, balancing 50 plates at once, we don't feel like we are doing enough. But this is really a time to let all that activity go, to go deeply inside. We think that more activity is the thing that will keep us from feeling depressed and tired. But sometimes the truth is, those are the very things that are making us even more depressed and tired in the end. I just want you to think about that a little bit. And go ahead and push into your hands.
Slowly bring your torso up. And you can just go to the other side. Take your left hip to the bottom of your bolster and your knees over towards the right. I'm going to go ahead and shift my bolster around so that you can see me, even though I'm just laying here and relaxing. Okay, so you'll look like this, but you'll be on the opposite side than we started on. And I don't know if I said you can also have this block between your legs if that works for you. And we'll be on the second side for approximately 5 minutes. Begin to press into your hands. Slowly bring your torso upright. And go ahead and take the blanket that was underneath your legs, fold that, set that aside. If you have your bolster, and bring it down towards your knees. And take your legs a little wider than hip width. Knees are under your bolster. I am taking my small pranayama pillow and I'm putting it under my chest and grabbing a folded blanket under my head so that my head can relax. So again, trying to create some space in my chest, open my heart. And this is our final pose, Savasana. We're only here for 5 minutes. And if you really want to take some calm energy out into your day, this is the most important pose of your entire practice. Now, you don't need anything behind your back. You can just be on your mat. It's your choice. But mild back bends tend to really open up our heart, our chest, allow us to breathe more fully, allow our breath to calm down, allow our thoughts to calm down. I am going to sit up and hold some space, and I will let you know when it's time for you to come out of Shavasana. And I'd also like to read you a little something while you are relaxing and integrating the rest of your practice. And so once again, this practice is about creating calm energy, slowing down your mind, opening your heart, creating space in your body. My whole back just ached, little aches, and sure enough, I feel much better after this practice. So thank you. I created this for you, but it was very beneficial for me. And I hope that it's very beneficial for you as well. So I just wanted to read you a quote by Mahar Baba. I have no idea who that is, but I like this quote. And it says, "A mind that is fast is sick. A mind that is slow is sound. A mind that is still is divine." And I also wanted to read you a little bit. This book, by the way, is called Words to Live By, Short Readings of Daily Wisdom. I'm not going to say the author's name because I will just murder it. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I do definitely highly recommend it. And he writes, "A great deal of psychological stress comes from rush and hurry of a turbulent mind, which jumps recklessly to unwarranted conclusions, rushes to judgments, and often is going too fast to see events and people as they truly are. Such a mind keeps the body under continual tension. It is constantly on the move, desiring, worrying, hoping, fearing, planning, defending, rehearsing, criticizing. It cannot stop or rest, except in deep sleep, when the whole body, particularly the nervous system, gives a sigh of relief and tries to repair the damage of the day. Simply by slowing down the mind, the first purpose of meditation, much of the tension can be removed. Then we are free to respond to life's difficulties, not as sources of stress, but as challenges, which will draw out of us a deeper resources than we ever suspected we had. A one-pointed mind is slow in sound, which gives it immense resilience under stress. With a mind like this, we always have a choice in how we respond to life around us. And that really spoke to me. One of the points of yoga, really, when we go beyond the physical, is to slow down our mind so that instead of reacting to something, we pause. Just like we pause in our practice to notice how we feel. When somebody says something that really triggers us, that we want to just fly off the cuff and reply to, yoga teaches us to pause and feel, and perhaps not fly off the handle. And the more we practice that, the more it's true. Notice the stillness of your mind. And if your mind is not still, that's okay. I know for many people, Savasana is not an easy pose. And so show yourself grace for sticking with it and being kind to your body, even though it's difficult. Let your body begin to feel very heavy. Notice your bones dropping down to your mat. Take any small movements you need to begin to waken up your body. Wiggling toes and fingers, maybe rotating wrists and ankles in one direction and the other. Looking towards the right and then looking towards the left. Maybe back towards the right, back towards the left. And letting your chin drop to your chest and then stretching your neck up a little bit. And once again, chin to chest. Neck stretches up. Inhale your arms up along your mat, really reaching fingers away from toes. And then bend your knees. Let the soles of your feet come to your mat. Pause. Now on your next inhale, let your body slowly roll over to one side. Doesn't matter which one. Knees come down to the floor. Bottom arm stretches along your mat to cradle your head, and take a few deep breaths here. Eyes are closed if that's comfortable. Slightly unfocused if it's not. And slowly pushing into your hands, begin to walk your hands towards your body upright, into an easy seated position, or I invite you to stay much longer in Savasana, another 5 minutes, another 10 minutes. I would love for you to try that. 5 minutes is barely enough time for your nervous system begin to release that tension. But if this is all the time you have today, come upright, keeping your eyes closed. Inhale the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Slightly bow your head over your hands, giving yourself thanks for showing up for your nervous system today and taking this time so that you can be a better wife, a better friend, better partner, better mother, filling your cup so that you can fill everybody else's cup. And begin to blink your eyes open, taking in the mat and the floor, slowly raising your head, smile on your face. Deep breath in and out. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And may you be calm. If you enjoy this video, please click the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel so we can practice again soon.